We have our guest in the studio, and she is among the top 10 outstanding young persons in Sri Lanka. We're glad to have her with us in the studio today. A warm welcome to Razni Razik. Hi, and a very good morning to you.
A very good morning to you too. Thank you very much.
And she is also an early childhood educator and a counselor, and that kind of paved the way to help you achieve this award as well. So Razni, it would be great if you could first and foremost talk to us about the specific award.
Yeah, I was recently recognized by JCI, the Junior Chamber International, which awarded me the 10 Outstanding Young Persons of Sri Lanka Award for my contribution towards children, world peace and human rights.
Okay, and how did this come about, Razni? How did this happen?
I would say social service, or as a social worker, it came naturally to me because I grew up in a household where my parents were very generous and loving, and growing older I realized that not everyone is blessed to have that experience. So I wanted to impact lives and give some support and hope for all these struggling families out there, and especially the children. I was very passionate about children from my very childhood. So I chose a field where I could work with the children and for the children, but I had a very pampered childhood. But I really saw suffering when I happened to visit a center for street children, and that is what urged me to resign my job and devote my entire time to making the lives of the street children, the orphans and now the refugees just a little bit brighter.
So you resigned your job for this?
Yes, I did.
That's really amazing.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes. So tell us about now the initiative that you're based on your work is the empowerment and education, also the housing for the homeless, right? So when did it start? Like, because why did you feel the urge, and also when did you start all this happening in your life?
Like I said, you know, growing up I have been very fond of children, so I would always volunteer to babysit my cousins, and even when we played I would take the lead role and be the mother and they'd be the kids. But when I chose child psychology for my higher studies and as an early childhood educator, I joined the Doctors Welfare Society in Kandy and worked at the Kandy Teaching Hospital for the children, special needs children, and I worked as an early childhood educator there for a couple of years. And later on I happened to visit a center for street children there to meet a friend of mine. That changed everything for me. And that day, hearing their sad plight and the heart-wrenching stories of these street children and what they went through prompted me to resign my job, and I have not turned back since. And I think I have found my purpose in life, and I realized that day that this is what I wanted to do. And thereafter I went on to volunteering at all the elders homes and care homes in and around Kandy, and then I worked with several charity organizations, and then it all led to my own starting up my own NGO by the name of CareStation. I teamed up with a friend, Khalib Qasim, and a like-minded group of volunteers who share the same passion and compassion for the less fortunate. We all came together and initiated CareStation, and through that we try to provide sustainable solutions for families.
And can you highlight some of those?
Yeah, so we have done some, we have constructed homes for the homeless, and we have purchased the 37 purchase of land in Kandy, and we hope to construct homes for the futures and homeless families. Also, we provide education, we sponsor children and empowerment programs for them.
And we can see the website on screen right now. That's how it looks like. And it's certainly for a worthy cause, as you mentioned, Razni, and it's not easy to do something like this. And also counseling, you know, involves a lot of patience. So tell us how you do all that.
Working with these children has really made me a lot patient, And counseling happened to me along the way after working as an early childhood educator. I knew I needed to do more than that. I needed to support, and the brain and psychology interested me a lot. So I chose to follow that. And now I'm currently working for the refugees in Sri Lanka as a counselor for the refugees in Sri Lanka with the UNHCR program implemented by Muslim Aid. So counseling has helped me become a more patient person and to be able to help the others.
Right. So Razni, another fact that is to be highlighted is that now when you do all these projects, you need funds, right?
Yes.
So how do you find your funds? Do you accept donations or anything like that? Do you have anything in the background that earns you funds or something like that?
So a few organizations do help me with funds. Apart from that, I'm completely dependent on individual local donors. Initially, when I started, I was very young, so getting people to trust me that that I was capable of doing this, and that was a big challenge to me. And it was my cousins and my family that helped me in my early stages. It was much later that I started taking in funds from the local donors, from everybody else.
So
Also, sorry to interrupt. Also, I would like to speak about a care home that I support. It's very near and dear to my heart, Pulse of Paradise. It was founded and initiated by one Mr. Shahjahan Udayar from Watadeniya Velambada, and it was fully funded by Turkish organization SFRD. Serendip Foundation for Relief and Development brought the Turkish donors down, and the home was established and recently opened doors. So we have 65 children in our care home, and it's a growing home. And the website for Pulse of Paradise is www.pulseofparadise.org. So anyone interested in helping out and giving a hand, because these children, we need all the help we can get. So can log into our account, and if it's in your New Year resolutions to sponsor a child, you could go ahead and do that.
So what's the website? Because for the viewers, I think it will be very important for them to know. How do they search, and is there a specific website for you?
Yes, for myself, no. But
for the organization?
For my organization, www.CareStation.lk. And through that, we try to provide sustainable solutions for families, like I said, because we try to keep family units together. And because most of the reasons why children are taken away and placed in care homes is because they cannot provide for them. So we find we have a screening process in the care home called Pulse of Paradise, and so we try to we take in the most deserving children, and the others we try to keep them within the family and provide solutions to them, because care homes do not provide a long-term sustainable response to vulnerable children. So
that's what you intend to do. And well, Razni, we do have a few photographs of the moment where you've been recognized as a personality who has been doing a lot for the kids in need. So whilst we congratulate you, we take a look at all the images. So that's how it looks like. And well, speak us through your happy moments.
Oh yeah, the award. Actually, I had no clue about how much of a big deal it was until the overwhelming response that came afterwards. Even when I was told that I won the award, I wasn't actually as excited as I am now, maybe, because the award actually serves as a stepping stone to me to be able to shed some light on the vulnerable children out there. So it was actually through nominations that I won this award. I was some of the charity organizational heads that I worked for nominated me, and of course my husband, who is truly my best friend and my pillar of strength, who is always pushing me to succeed, Hisham Hanifa. So he is the one who actually did all the documents and applied for the award.
Right, so that's an inspiration altogether. So I would like to wish you all the very best with what you've intended to do in the future for all the vulnerable kids out there. So, well, hats off to you for having initiated something of this sort. And congratulations once again, Razni.
Yes, all the best and good luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving me this platform and letting my voice heard. I feel blessed to have my efforts recognized. Thank you for the opportunity given.